Right now I look at James Franco and I like him a lot, but I know if I ever have a daughter, I'm going to be Bryan Cranston dad full on. Why Him is directed by John Hamburg and also written by John Hamburg alongside Ian Helfer, and it stars Zoe Dutch, James Franco, Bryan Cranston, Megan Mullally, and Keegan-Michael Key. And this tells the story of a girl who's dating this guy that is way too edgy for families to meet. Her parents go to California to meet him to spend Christmas holidays in his house, and yes, he's way too edgy for them. But look, you've seen this plot 1,000 times. A good girl from a good family meets this guy who's not exactly seeing eye to eye with her parents, and you have this father who's a very rule-following guy, and now the boy wants to propose to his daughter. And of course, you're going to see them correlating with each other and growing into liking each other and whatever. The plot is not going to surprise you. You've seen this plot 1,000,000 times. You've seen this plot even before the first ever movie was made. But this movie is funny, guys. This movie has an incredible amount of laugh out loud moments. This movie is a comedy and it holds up to that. This movie is a laugh riot. I mean, there is a stretch in this movie that consistently throughout about 20 minutes, and I am not exaggerating, maybe even more, between 20 and 30, let's say, this movie keeps you on laughing and laughing and laughing. I'm not going to tell you what it is about, but there's a long scene with Bryan Cranston and Keegan-Michael Key. I was crying, I was bawling out of so much laughter. These are archetypes, to be sure. James Franco is the bad boy, edgy boyfriend. Zoe Dutch is the good girl from a good family. Bryan Cranston is this guy who owns a company and he wants to meet his daughter's boyfriend, and he's not exactly approval of him. But what you have here are great performances, a great chemistry between the cast, and you actually have something that many movies, especially comedies with this kind of plot, don't have. What you have here is that during this movie, you start seeing why this girl likes him. You start to understand the character of James Franco, and you start to see how Bryan Cranston as a father could start to see in James Franco what his daughter sees in him. James Franco is great in this movie. You have seen this type of character before. He's a little different here. I'm not going to tell you how. You've seen this guy. You've seen him in Pineapple Express. You've seen a little bit of him in The Interview. He has played these type of characters, and he plays them really well, and he puts another edge into it in this movie. Not something revolutionary, but he puts his heart into this. He is devoted to this role, and he's great at it. So is Bryan Cranston. Seeing Bryan Cranston in a full-on comedy once more is great. This guy, when he has to hit a joke, he hits it so friggin' well. One, I was surprised to see how much I laughed with her, was Megan Mullally. She was amazing. She and Bryan Cranston as this old couple hanging out with these edgy young kids. It's just some of the best comedy of 2016. This is not a revolutionary comedy. What this does is keep you on laughing and laughing and laughing consistently. And when that stretch of 20-30 minutes that I talked to you about ends, the movie kind of slows down. That's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just that you notice it because you have been laughing so much for such a long time. And if you've seen the trailers, don't worry, the trailers don't ruin anything for you. There are a lot of things in this movie to laugh about, and again, you will start crying of so much laughter in some very good scenes. What I will say that's bad about this movie, again, you've seen this plot 1,000 times, you've seen these archetypes of characters being played by these types of actors, that is charming and all, but you've seen it. I will also say that although the movie is 1 hour and 50 minutes and it doesn't feel very long, unless for like the last 15 minutes, because you start to go to the end line of this movie. And you know that, you start to understand it as you are getting to the end of the third act. What this movie does is kind of stretch it a little bit too long. It doesn't feel long as a whole cohesive unit, but when you get there, especially if you're watching it for the first time, you know how this movie is going to end, and it just stretches and takes a little long to get done with. This is one hell of an enjoyable movie. It's a great movie for you to watch with friends, not a great movie for you to watch with families. Unless your family is very edgy. The characters are charming, the actors bring a lot of heart to this role. There wasn't a lot of heart in this story, even though you've seen it before. But it's about the holidays, it gives you a good, warm feel of the holidays, and it also has comedy for every type of person, for older people to young teens. And I really enjoy how stretched out the comedy was and how fitting it was. Another character I really like, and I forgot to talk about previously, was Keegan-Michael Key. You will see him in the trailers and think, okay, he's the butler, whatever. No, there's a lot you got in the relationship between him and James Franco. He's his best friend, but not in a so much convenient way. You'll be surprised how much this guy does in this movie and how funny he is. Again, there was some scenes where I cried because I was laughing so much at what this guy does on screen. Keegan-Michael Key is superb as a comedian. Charming actors giving charming performances to charming archetypes you've seen before, but they give their little edge to it. It has a nice story, even though you've seen it before. It is a laugh riot. You will laugh throughout this movie consistently, and that's what this movie needed to do. It was honestly a very good surprise because I saw the trailers and I liked them as trailers, but I understood how this movie could have gone very badly. Because of that, I will say that why him gets a martini. It is a good time anytime. What did you think of Why Him, my beautiful geekies? Do you like James Franco? Do you like Bryan Cranston? What is your favorite comedy from these two in movies? And would you like to see Bryan Cranston doing comedies more often? Let me know in the comments below. Start leaving your votes for whether the next Q&A should be hashtag #LaLaLandQ&A or hashtag silence Q&A. Let me know in the comments below. And if you want, start leaving questions on my Facebook page for my Voyager Q&A. If you leave enough questions about Voyager on my Facebook page, I will answer to you on Friday, right before Christmas. I can't wait to do that for you guys. If you guys want to know anything about the books, about the series, about the short movie I did, let me know in the comments below as well. And of course, like this video if you like the review and share with your friends. And of course, subscribe to the beautiful geeky community and we can be geeky united! Don't forget to click the bell button next to the subscribe button. And of course, my beautiful geekies, I will see you tomorrow in another review. And it's almost Christmas, so thank you so much for watching everything. Thank you for your support, beautiful geekies. I love you all. Stay beautiful, stay geeky. Yeah!